there a difference between concrete in our foundations and concrete in driveways and sidewalks?
In a residential application, no. We run the same concrete. In commercial applications, we typically run non-air mixes in foundations or footings. In residential concrete, we put air in everything because a lot of times we don't know where it's going to be used, if it's inside, if it's outside. We want to make sure that if it is used outside, it's protected for freeze-thaw durability. And also the air helps finishability, helps it slick the concrete up a little bit more for the finishers. So.
Makes sense. So in North Augusta, where we have 3,000 PSI spec sidewalks and 2,500 PSI spec houses, are we just doing 3,000 for the entire thing, or are they doing it in separate installments?
I'm not sure. Separate, I think.
So we already talked about how does Keystone control cracks?
Well, if you'll go look, the main thing is driveways, sidewalks. If you go look at them, they've got groove joints in them. You want joints in there roughly about every 10 foot apart on driveways. In sidewalks, you want them no more than 1.5 times the width. So if you got a 4 foot wide sidewalk, you want them about 6 foot apart maximum. Also the depth, you want them deep. You don't want these little shallow joints, you want them deep, because if you don't get them deep enough, they won't crack in the joint. What you're doing with the joint is you're making the concrete weak in that spot to make it crack in that joint.
What are footings and how are they special?
Well, footings carry the structural load of your house. You've got rebar in them. That's where all your load-bearing walls are, as long as also with grade beams. You have grade beams inside as basically a small footing inside the slab, and that's what carries your structural load of your house.
And how are they? They're just deeper than your regular?
Well, they're thicker, but they're on the perimeter of your house where all your load-bearing walls are sitting.
So how thick is the slab at different areas?
Typically, a slab's going to be about 4 inches thick. You'll get into footings. It could be 18, 20 inches thick. Sometimes I've seen as deep as 3 feet if there's bad ground and you have to undermine the ground and pour it thicker. Sometimes you can put rock in. Grade beams, I think, typically run about 8 inches total where they're at. You want it thicker where you've got a higher load to help support that load and spread it out.
This is kind of I don't know if this is really part of your area expertise, but how common is it for PEX piping to burst in a slab?
You know, I don't deal on that side, so I'm not sure. You'd probably have to talk to your plumber.